Today we're going to talk about whether or not you should quit your job. This is a huge question that most people have thought about at least once in their lives. And for some people, it's swirling around every single day and they're not sure which way they should go. And a lot of times this question causes so much confusion and doubt, and you end up feeling stuck. Should I stay or should I go? And a lot of times the way that people make this decision causes them to not actually solve their problems. It causes them to just keep feeling the way that they've been feeling no matter where they go. And they just keep solving the same problem no matter where they end up. And if you want to learn more about why that happens, you should go back and see my previous video, Stop Looking for Your Passion. That's where I break down the wrong way to look for your next job. But today, let's talk about the best way to decide whether or not you should quit. Because you don't have to stay. You can also quit and actually find what you're looking for. So today, the way we're going to break this down is we're going to go through a hypothetical example of somebody who currently has a corporate job, but they're wondering, should they quit and get a job in freelance photography? Totally made up example. And so what I've done is if I asked the person, hey, what are all the problems with your corporate job? And what are all the problems with becoming a freelance photographer? Here are some of what their answers might be. They might say, well, the problem with my corporate job is my boss is super annoying and I'm not passionate about this. I'm not passionate about our product or our mission or what we're doing in this company. And I have a really inflexible schedule. I wish I had more control over my time. And then I might ask them, okay, well, what's the problem with being a freelance photographer? Why haven't you just quit and gotten started? And they might say, no, you don't understand. I'm afraid I might not be good enough at photography to make enough money doing it. And I don't know sales. I don't know marketing. I don't know how to get customers or clients. And I'm afraid the income's going to be really unstable. And so I'm not going to be able to meet my financial needs. So we've kind of pulled out what this hypothetical person thinks are the problems with staying in their job and the problems with quitting and starting a new career. Now, here's the thing. Nothing on this board is a fact. Your brain will give it to you as if they're facts, right? As if this is just the story of the world. This is how it is. Every single thing on this board is a thought, which means what we really have here is a list of the thought shifts that this person would have to do in order to be successful and happy on either path. So if they wanted to stay in their corporate job, they would need to figure out, how do I find my boss less annoying? How do I work better with them? How do I create passion for myself about what we do here? And how do I either be okay with my inflexible schedule or ask for what I need and make my schedule look like what I want it to look like? And same thing, if they go into a photography career, the thought shift they need to have is, no, I am good enough. And I can figure out how to get better. I can go make a bunch of mistakes and become the kind of photographer I want to be. And I can learn how to do sales. I can get confident. I can figure that part of it out. And the unstable income, totally a thought, I can figure that out. I can figure out how to deal with any instabilities in my cash flow, and I can figure out how to make it into a stable income. Those are the thought shifts, the thought problems, the mindset mountains that they would have to climb in order to be successful and happy as a freelance photographer. So the real thing that this person has to do is just pick one side of the board or the other. They need to commit, saying this set of problems is the set of thought problems that I am going to solve. I'm going to put away the other set and I'm going to pick one. Or I'm going to pick the other and I'll put away this one. And which one should they choose? It doesn't matter. That's the amazing secret. Neither one of these is easier than the other. You'll be so surprised once you get in there and start shifting your thoughts and changing your mindset and figuring things out. It's all kind of the same amount of work, either way. And neither of these is the right choice. There's only the choice that you commit to and you make it right for yourself. Now, the number one problem that I see is that people don't commit to solving one set of problems all the way through. They waffle. They go back and forth. They try to be okay with their annoying boss, and then they're like, no, that's too hard. Let me think about my photography career. And then they try to feel good about their photography skill, and they're like, no, that's too hard. Okay, let me come back over here and let me try to fix something else. That is how you get yourself into trouble. Because when you waffle, when you go back and forth, and you don't commit to the set of problems that you want to solve, you make both choices wrong for yourself. And it's not because they are wrong. You are making them wrong through your own problem-solving and decision-making process. So the only thing you need to do is make a list of the thought problems, the mindset shifts that you would need to make in order to be happy and successful on either path. And then you need to commit to say, okay, which path am I going to walk? Which path do I commit to solving all the way through? And now, here's the third question that you can ask yourself. What are the me problems? So for this person, I've written down, they have a habit of procrastinating, and they get annoyed at people who disagree with them. Now, your brain is going to be really sneaky about the me problems. It's going to say, no. But if I change my job, I'm not going to have a procrastination problem anymore because I love photography, so I'll never procrastinate on photography. And I just find my boss annoying. So if I quit and I don't have to deal with him, I'm not going to be annoyed at people who disagree with me anymore. And this is where you have to be really onto yourself. You have to be honest. Because yes, some problems are situational, right? If you quit your job, you no longer have to deal with that specific boss, of course. But you still have to deal with your thought habit of getting annoyed at people who disagree with you. That part of it is coming with you. So you have to think about what is in this category. What is the bag of personal me problems that is going to come with me no matter where I go? And since it's going to come with me no matter where I go, in what setting do I want to solve those me problems? Do I want to work on my procrastination problem in a corporate job where I have structure and a team and meetings and deadlines? Or do I want to work on it in a freelance career where I have to create the structure for myself? Again, either choice is fine. It's not a problem either way. There's no right answer. There's just what you choose and you make it right for you. But this is another question that you can ask yourself, because if these problems are coming with you and you have to solve them either way, you can still decide in what setting do I think it's going to be easiest for me to solve them. So there's no right choice when you're deciding whether or not to quit your job. And most importantly, there's no choice that's going to be easier or that's just going to magically make you happy. The real question you need to ask yourself is, what is the set of thought problems that I need to solve to be successful and happy on either path? And once you've laid them out, it's just about saying, okay, which set of problems am I committing to solving all the way to the end? And in which setting do I want to solve my me problems? Because I get to choose. I can solve them here or there or anywhere else, and it's totally fine because I'm still going to solve them. Now, here's why it can be really helpful to bring in a coach to help you do this work. This is, in fact, one of the things I worked on with my one-on-one coach. When you are the one going through it, right? When you're living your day-to-day life and everything is personal and everything's happening to you, it's really hard to have perspective. It's really hard to be objective. It's really hard to be honest with yourself about what is going on. So can you figure this out on your own? Yes, of course you can. You are super smart and super capable, and you can get this all figured out on your own without a doubt. But chances are it will take more time and more effort because you'll be figuring it out for yourself. You won't have the benefit of coaching expertise, and you'll kind of be trying to see through the fog on your own, right? Through the lens of your own biases and your own tendencies, and it's hard to see yourself clearly. And so the question I would ask you is, why do you want to solve it on your own? Why wouldn't you stand on the shoulders of someone who has seen this problem a bunch of times before and who can be an objective third party who can kind of call you on your BS and tell you when you might be miscategorizing things or misblaming or just not understanding what's really going on? Why wouldn't you take advantage of the expertise so that you can solve this problem super effectively and super efficiently and get started actually building the life you want to be having? So if you're going through this problem right now, Start making these lists. Get started. If you want to get it done as effectively as possible and see it through to the end and create the life you want, come talk to me. Click the link and book a coaching consult.